Okay, so I wanted to take some time today and talk about what it takes to convert online leads. It's interesting as we go through this process of onboarding so many new clients from so many different areas across the US and Canada. I've just started to realize that it's truly an art that I've developed over time, and it's not something that everybody necessarily just knows how to do right off the bat. And so it's been really neat to try to come up with ways to share what I know and help people develop their own systems and strategies. So one of the first things that I talk about is how to view your incoming leads. So if we're on the same page of what these leads are when you get them in, and if our expectations are set, you are so much more likely to be successful. So if you're on the 100 lead plan, you can expect that your ISA is going to shrink those 100 leads down to, they're going to punt off most of those leads. They're going to get rid of the tire kickers. They're going to get rid of the people who registered just to look at their mom's listed house. They're going to get rid of the people who already have agents. And they're going to get rid of all the people who are a hard no. And they're going to shrink it down to about 10 to 25 warm leads. Okay. And if you're on the 50 plan, they're going to shrink it down to about 5 to 15 warm leads. At that time, it is the responsibility of you, your ISA, and your mortgage broker to work together to qualify those warm leads and get them to set an appointment. And all three of you in 33% partnership will work towards getting that appointment set. Who has the best chance of closing an appointment? It's going to be you and your lender. Those are the two people that are usually, because people coming in, they need, one of the reasons they're at the top of the funnel is because they haven't worked yet on qualifying. And so your lender is going to be a helpful tool in calling these leads and trying to set appointments, because oftentimes those people coming in don't know what they can qualify for. Or they have no idea what real estate costs. They're just so uneducated. They don't even know how to get from renting to owning. And so a lender and yourself will be the two people that is very effective in trying to build a relationship. So nobody can replace you and your lender and your expertise. I can't hire an ISA out there that can replace you and your knowledge of the market, your knowledge of how real estate works. You have the best chance of developing a relationship with these leads, and it's relationships that lead to sales. It's about people liking, trusting, and knowing you that leads to sales. So you're calling them not necessarily just to close them and sell them a house, but to begin to develop a relationship so that you're the one that they call when they are ready. Not everybody's ready to buy a house right now, but you can feel confident that if they clicked on that link, they are coming to you as a warm lead, they have intentions of it in the near future, and you need to make yourself the one that they turn to. Now, I'm going to kind of turn to the next thing. Okay, so you get a warm lead, and you're always going to try to turn later into now and lowest into highest and best. So let's talk about later into now. So people say, I'm looking to buy in 18 months or so. Figure out why. Why do they want to buy in 18 months, 12 months? What's holding them back? Is it something legitimate, like I'm waiting on an inheritance? Oh, okay. Well, then yeah, for sure, we need to wait for that inheritance. But, there's always opportunities too, that if something great comes up, we can always look for co-signers. We can look for flex down payments and these types of things. And if it's them just speculating, I always say, what are some good reasons to buy now rather than later? Interest rates, going down, economy, what's happening in the economy, the selection, lot sellouts, if prices may be slated to increase, market increases, equity gain over time. And listen, I'm not telling them to buy now because I'm a car salesman, because I just want to push anything on anybody regardless of what's best for them. I truly feel convicted that what's best for them is to buy now. Why is that? Well, I know that I'm in $1 million property because I bought young. I bought right away. I didn't even buy in the best market, but the market came up and I was paying down my equity. And so we've made strategic leaps in real estate. We've jumped up and we've upgraded, and we started young. And so the more time that they have putting away equity in their piggy banks, the better that they're going to do. So I truly am convicted that when is the best time to own real estate? Now. It's right now. So I'm always trying to get them, those who are later, to figure out how can we do this now. Now, I don't want to be up in their grill either. Like, I don't want to be pushy, but buying real estate now, I believe truly is what is in the best interest of the client. Set tasks. If now isn't going to work, that's okay. As long as you've developed a relationship, you've made yourself useful, you've taken the time to meet in person because you're generous with your time. If you've met them in person, you have a 70% chance of closing that deal, even if they don't close for 12 months. Set tasks to make sure that you follow up, you stay on top of it, and make sure that you're offering them information that's helpful. Lowest to highest and best. This is one thing that I find agents do not understand, and that is that you're going to get people who come in and they're going to say, my budget is $80,000. And I'm like, that's fantastic. Are you looking for an RV? But you don't say that. You obviously don't. Like, you know what I always do is I teach my agents to always say, yes, absolutely. Yes, we can get you something for $80,000 down payment. Absolutely. And I'd be the person that says yes, because I'll tell you what, most agents are going to be judgmental and rude. They're going to be like, $80,000, who are you kidding? Like, they won't even call that lead back. And thank goodness that they don't, because you're going to be the one who's kind, who's willing to educate, who's willing to take time and walk them through. And so they say 80,000, you ignore that because that's ridiculous. I don't think that'll buy you a house in any market. So you ignore that number and just go on to, okay, what are you looking for? What do we need for your family? What does your family need? Okay, they need this. They need 3 bedrooms. They need, minimum 1,500 square feet. They have to have a garage. We need a yard. These are must-haves. Okay, cool. Okay, so in our area, actually, I don't think that we can get you that for less than about $350,000. We could put you in a condo, but then we're going to lose yard. Or we could put you in an area that's just a little bit less safe and potentially get you in around that 200, 250 level. But you know what? Let's just send it to the lender and see what he can do. Let's get you to the lender and see what the lender can do. I'm always like, let's just get you to the lender. Like, when people say 80,000, when they say 100,000, when they say 150,000, it's the same as like, when you walk into a place, you don't go in there and give them your highest price of what you'd be willing to pay and say, find me something in this range. You say, I want the absolute cheapest thing that you got for the high level of the stuff that I want. I want that perfect intersection. And you're going to be the non-judgmental, kind person that can bring them their list of must-haves and bring them the lender that can get them the budget they need to get there. So I say this to my agents all the time. Buyers are liars. They think they want something, but they don't know what they want. It's your job to tell them what they want and what they need to get there. You just simply don't know what you don't know. If they don't know, I remember when I was, 16, 18, 20, I didn't know anything about buying property. I didn't know these types of things. You want to grab these people because I'll tell you what, a lot of the people who are established, they've already used a realtor to buy a home, and oftentimes they're loyal to that realtor. Who's not loyal to realtors? The brand new people who they've never done a transaction before. They don't know how to get into the market. You're going to be the one who introduces them. And guess what? When they're ready to upgrade to a $500,000 or $700,000 property, after you've helped them buy their first home, you're going to be the one that they call. So this is about starting a business that is, it has young people in mind and people who are uneducated in mind, and building a business with them. I say yes to everything. They may say, I want to back onto a golf course. I want to have a pool. And I go, absolutely. Yes. Yep. We can do that. That's going to be a budget of around $500,000 or $600,000, but I can definitely do that for that budget. I just try to say yes as much as I possibly can. Don't judge people. Let people not know, let people not know exactly what they're doing, not be perfect at everything. Your lender's your best friend. This is why I'm always harping on lenders, okay? So you need a lender who's not judgmental. You need a lender who's getting your business so that when these people come in saying that their budget is $80,000, that your lender doesn't turn around in a huff and go, I'm not dealing with this. They don't know what they don't know. They can't buy a house for $80,000. That's impossible. So let your lender go, okay, well, let's see what we can do. Make sure you have an agent who has a similar attitude to you. So here we go. How to convert low budget leads. So the first thing is you just straight up don't believe them. Like, because it's not possible. You can't buy anything for $100,000. I mean, I probably anywhere in North America. But just be gentle and tell them, yes, we can do that. We can use that as a down payment, or let's figure out what we can do. Let's figure out what is possible, because 100 is not possible. So yeah, I start out by not believing them. When I see a budget like that come in, I ignore it completely, because that's not possible. It's like them asking to have a spaceship in their backyard. It's like, okay, and next. Just keep moving on and being kind. So yes, find out what the lender says. Make sure the lender has the same ideals as you. They're non-judgmental, and make sure that your lender has tons of options. What about flex down? Here in Canada, we've got a program where we can use a line of credit to form part of the down payment under certain circumstances. Let's explore that. What about a cosigner? Okay, so yes, I can't tell you how many cosigner deals I've done, because my lender is like a little bulldog, and she won't give up. She'll go, they've got the down payment. They've got the ability to pay their monthly bills, but they've got bad credit. She'll be like, okay, let's talk about cosigners. What about this person? What about this person? Make sure you've got a lender who wants to get the deal done and is willing to look for alternative solutions. And then, of course, my absolute favorite thing to do is an income property. And this is, I probably about, I'd say 40 to 50% of our business has turned into income property business. And this is for the pure purpose that if you have an excellent lender and this property has a fully legal suite, then your lender should be able to use the income from a legal suite to form part of the income of the person qualifying, which means they can qualify for more. I literally just did a deal a couple months ago. Someone came to me, they said, well, my budget is $80,000 or $100,000. I want to buy a mobile home. And I said, I've been in this business now, 13 years, 14 years. I'm like, I have not sold a mobile home, and I don't intend to start now. I'm like, we're going to put you into an income property. She had, I think, $7,000 to put down, very meager monthly income. Not, but what did we do? Well, my lender made her call mom. Okay. And so what was at $100,000 budget very quickly became $500,000. We closed that sale together. Mom stepped in, saw the potential of what her daughter could have, because listen, in the mobile home, she was going to be paying, $700 a month, including her mortgage payment and her lease payment, her lease land payment, which most people would think, hey, $700 a month is a great monthly payment for a person to live in a mobile home. Okay. Well, guess what I did? I put her into a brand new home, 3 bedrooms upstairs. So a 2019 build, 3 bedrooms upstairs with a bonus room, upstairs laundry, fully finished 1-bedroom legal suite in the basement. Her mortgage payments with 5% down, because you have to have 5% down in Canada. That's the minimum. We're going to be $2,000 a month. And she was going to, she was going to live in the basement. Okay. So her mortgage payments were going to be $2,000 a month. She's going to live in the basement in the 1-bedroom suite. She's going to rent out the upstairs. The rent on the upstairs is $1,800 a month. So she's living for $200 a month, not on leased land, like she would have been in the mobile home. She was thrilled. And she's living in a brand new home. No stigma of living in a mobile home park in an incredible community. She was so happy. She's going to be a client for life. I've done this for a few other people, and then they go on to refer me to their friends, because I just got them way better than what they were looking for. This happens too when I get people who come to me looking for condos at $250. I'll be like, condo? Let me show you this income property, and almost all of them flip. So a $300,000 sale turns into a $500,000 sale. So I just want to share with you this video that we have here that we've been having a ton of luck with, and we've been using it to do Facebook ads. If this is something you're interested in, we can certainly look at what it would take to rebrand this video, because we've been getting awesome cost per leads on this and really high quality of appointments set. It would take a bit to get you to be niched out in the income property area, but I really do recommend, it's very much worth it for you to niche in this. If you want to talk about it, certainly book a coaching call and let's talk about how to get you niched for income property. But I want you to have a look at this. We've been running ads on Facebook and Insta for this, and they've been doing fantastic.
It's possible to live in Calgary with low rent or mortgage payments, or none at all. The way to do this is called an income property. Let me explain how this works. We will help you find the perfect home in the perfect area, renovate the basement to make it a legal suite, and teach you how to find a renter. We get you a property for about $480,000 and hand you 2 sets of keys. Your total payment for the property is around $1,600 per month. With tenants both upstairs and downstairs, your total monthly income is $2,800. Subtract the monthly mortgage payments, and you're left with roughly $1,100 income. This means you are putting away roughly $9,000 a year in equity paydown, plus over $13,000 in saved money on your mortgage payments, so that $22,000 per year, or $110,000 over 5 years, is to be stocked away for vacations, investments, or a rainy day.
So yeah, income properties. So again, book an appointment if you want to book a Calendly if you want to talk about niching out on income properties. I highly recommend it. So let's talk about ad types. So I get from time to time people call me up and they go, these leads suck. You know, their budget is $80,000. Well, this is what we talked about. This is where you need to take lemons and make lemonade, because $80,000 is impossible. Now you can be the agent that kindly, politely, and gently funnels them through with their lender, doesn't judge them, isn't rude to them, and tells them what is possible, because everybody in the known world, you know, understands that $80,000 will not buy you a tin can. Or, you know, you can let another agent do that. But I highly recommend that you're the agent that says, let's figure out what is possible. You need to remember, when it comes to these ads, they're just hooks. Okay, this is the hook we put in the water to get somebody to sign up, give you their info. People don't sign up on stuff like this unless they want to own a home. You know what? Some want to own in a month, some want to own in 5 years, and it's your job to figure out which ones, you know, which one they are. Don't worry about what the ads say. So like if we're doing an ad for foreclosures, which I know some people have a stigma against them, they're like, oh, they always produce crappy leads. Well, yeah, they produce the bargain hunters. They produce the people who are like, oh, we want a super low price property. Well, I'll tell you what, when I get people who want foreclosures, I just say, absolutely, foreclosures are going to be included in your list. But you gave me your list of must-haves here. And you said, you know, I got to have a garage, I got to have a yard. So what I've done is I've put that into my matrix here, and we're going to send you all the properties that match what you're looking for. And that will include foreclosures. But I'm not going to just focus on foreclosures, because what about distress? What if there's a seller in distress? What if we find a seller who accidentally underpriced their property vastly and we find it? What if we find a seller who accidentally overpriced their property? No one's looking at it, and we come in with a low ball that gets accepted. So there's tons of different ways to save money. Foreclosures are not necessarily the only way to save money, but because I'm a professional agent who's been in this for a while, I'm going to save you money through all the different ways, not just one. Between you and me, now I'm not talking to my client anymore, I'm talking to you, Revival Wave clients. I don't see foreclosures as being the best deal out there very often. In fact, they're almost never a good deal. But trying to explain that to the public, they just don't understand it, and they just don't get it because they've been trained. You know, they see things on TV and they think that foreclosures are some amazing deal. It's not worth trying to push that ocean back. I just tell them, I'm going to get you a good deal no matter what. You're going to get all the different listings from me, not just the foreclosure ones. I don't worry about trying to, okay, if the hook was pools or if the hook was golf course, trying to send them exactly that, unless they say, no, I am actually specifically only interested in golf course. So don't worry about what the hook is. You know, when you take a worm and you put it on a hook, literally trying to catch a fish, it's not because you're promising a big worm dinner to this fish. It's because that's what gets the fish to bite so that you can eat the fish. You can pull the fish out and that fish becomes essentially one of your clients, right? The hook doesn't matter, or the bait doesn't matter. What's on the hook doesn't matter. All that matters is you have someone who has raised their hand and said, yep, I am looking to buy or sell real estate in the next little while. Don't worry about why. Don't worry about, like I said, buyers are liars. You go in there, you figure out for yourself what's best for them, because you know what's best for them better than they know. Once they tell you what's best, you go, okay, I know that there's this product over here, and I know you think you want this product over here, but I actually know all the product in the entire city, and I think that this product over here is likely to fit you a little better than what you're looking for over here. And you're just going to find ways to gently move them towards that. So you're taking control of the conversation, you're funneling them into their systems, your lender and your ISA, making sure that you're, moving them along your process. So you see those numbers come in. This is the big thing. You see 80,000 come in, you see 100,000 come in, ignore it and just keep moving on. So online leads are an art. I'm realizing this more and more all the time. Your systems, your ability to follow up, your attitude when speaking to them, all of it is, I'm realizing that it's an art that you have to develop. It's not something you can just jump into and have like the fish jump into the boat. You've got to become a skilled fisherman. And so hone your systems, hone your people, hone your lenders, hone your agents, recruit, train, and encourage, book lots of coaching appointments, troubleshoot, and develop systems that you maintain and stay on top of. So yeah, that's all I have to say. We are always available for coaching at our Calendly link. And yeah, that is all for today. Thanks so much.